Where are my entrepreneurs out there? I am talking to you. If you are self employed and you are tired of running on that entrepreneurial hamster wheel, we are right in the midst of an epic 2-day training. And I am so excited to be here with the lovely Kat Brodycz today, who is one of our amazing presenters. I first met Kat when I found this business community that we are a part of. She was one of the very first people to introduce me to this amazing paradigm shifting business. And so if you are ready to really claim that freedom that you got into entrepreneurship for, if you are ready to completely shift the paradigm of how you work, how you do business, and expand into your true vision, then this is the place for you. And I invite you to really just expand your mind. And, as a lifelong entrepreneur, I know sometimes we have money and no time. Other times we have all the time in the world and we're wondering where the money is coming from. And I want us to have all. I know you want it all. I want it all. That's really what we're here for, is to enjoy our life, right? To do the things that are our passion. And I'm here because my passions were not happening when I was just an entrepreneur. And so I have joined this amazing community. And this morning, we had some really deep mindset work with a couple of lovely ladies who, Brooke W. March talked about the quadrant. Oh my gosh, my brain sometimes. The cash flow quadrant, that's what it's called, where you can either be employed, self-employed, a business owner, or an investor. And the amount of time and money that you invest in order to create the life by design that you want to create really depends on where you put yourself in this quadrant, among other things. And Kat is going to bring the fire, because what I love about Kat is that she is a straight talker. She is not going to just sugarcoat it for you. She is not going to, she's going to tell you like it is. She's a straight talker. And she inspires me so much because she's willing to walk that edge. And this is really the edge that you need to be on if you want to make a real difference in your life, in your community, and in the world. And if you're here with me today, I know that it's not just about making money. It's not just about doing your work in the world. It's about making a real difference for yourself, for your family. And we here are about creating generational wealth, not just working until we die, but doing what is the highest priority in our life. So I feel like I am just talking now. So I really want to bring Kat on to share with you what brought you here, Kat. I know what brought me here was a craving to really live my purpose and not work myself into oblivion, and to leave my creative legacy while building a legacy to leave my children. And so I want to hear from you in the comments while Kat is coming on. What made you choose to be an entrepreneur? And what is that big challenge for you in really living that vision? I'm going to get to where I can see the comments. Thank you so
Awesome.
much for being here, Kat.
Yeah, and thank you so much for having me. There's so many different ways that I can answer this. And the first way I really want to open this is to ask people, similar to myself, looking at your life, how many people have really felt unfulfilled in what they're doing? They're stuck in this state of just surviving, and they're going to a job that they don't even like, or they're just doing what they need to create an income for themselves. And we do it because we've been programmed that we have to. We go to school. We've been told, hey, go to school. You got to go to college. You got to get a job. And I did all that. I did that. I have a bachelor's, I have a master's degree, and I don't even use either one of them. I've used what I've learned in my studies in all aspects of my life, but the actual degrees, did I ever go and apply for a job with them? Yeah. And they told me that they were going to pay me like 50 or 20K a year. And it was stupid. I was like, I'm not doing this. And it's funny because we've been all put on this path of thinking that creating income or creating our life for ourselves it is one thing. And then 99.9% of people are out here in the world with a job, not even living in their potential of who they can be and who they can become, you know? And most people right now in today's society are just surviving. And if they are doing what they love, they're not thriving, because we were not, this system in the world has been built, has not been set up to support individuality. It's been set up to support people walking into systems. So the thing that I love the most that drew me into this business, there's many different things, but speaking into this launch and bringing it back to this, the reason why I'm one of these speakers in this launch and why this launch is so powerful for people. And if you guys are not in this launch, please, if you're watching this, by the way, comment hashtag after party. If you're seeing this on replay, if you're catching this live, let us know you're here. And if you don't have access to this launch, please DM whoever's page you're seeing this on and get access to it. And the part that I'm really speaking into today is this version of this uncapped potential that's inside of us. This person that we're always destined to be, but we're never given the opportunity to actually thrive in being that person. And what drew me into this business was the possibility for the first time ever to actually embody who I really am. And this may not make sense because most people don't know business outside of like getting a job, going to work, trading their time for money, which was me. I was willing to do whatever it took to make money to survive. I grew up a foster kid. I didn't have a mommy and daddy I can run home to say, oh, I need money. You don't pay your bills. You're homeless. Sorry, bye. It wasn't an option to failure. Failure was not an option for me in my life. And I think that's not an option for many people in life. And then that puts us into careers and businesses and jobs that we don't enjoy. And we find ourselves living this life that we don't actually want to live. Unsatisfied, unhappy, without time, missing all the real factors of life, missing time with our children, missing time with our partners. How many years I spent struggling to date because all I did was work 24/7. And then, you know, I would be tattooing all day. I became a tattoo artist. I made freaking phenomenal money, but I would work until 2 a.m. and then I call my boyfriend at 2 a.m. and, you know, go home. And it was just hard. You don't have time for the things that you love because you're so stuck in trying to create income for yourself. So one, I think a lot of this, it's actually very interesting when it comes to what we choose to do to create income. And it has to do with our belief. Now, I'm going to kind of talk a little bit in a circle here because I want to bring this back to some main points here. This is very important. So the reason why we're stuck in the state of survival and not really thriving is because we're programmed to think all these different beliefs around creating income and money for ourselves and how it's supposed to work and how we need to do it. And that we need to work really hard and we can't be ourselves, that we need to just find the shoe that semi fits. Maybe we don't love the way it looks, but it fits. And we have to walk in that pair of shoes, right? We have to get that job because it's going to give us results. But the truth be told, we don't like those shoes at all. It's not actually the job that we want to do. But the problem is we don't believe that we can create an income for ourselves doing what we love. We don't believe that we can actually survive doing what we love. So most people go on to live their entire life being someone they're not, having a complete identity crisis, going to a job that they don't want to be at, missing time with their family just to create income for themselves. And the reason why I bring this up is because during our launch, the thing that we're really trying to get people to tap into is the belief in themselves that they can be and create anything for themselves. It all. You can have your dream life. You can have your dream business. You can have everything. But we have been programmed since birth that that's not possible for us, that there's a system that we need to follow in order to create a good life for ourselves. But the truth is it's not true. It's just programming. It's Rockefeller trying to indoctrinate us and trying to take away our belief. They say that children are born, 98% of them are geniuses. And by the time they graduate, 2% of them are geniuses. And the reason why is because the system was actually structured. They give you grades on a paper and that determines your worth. You try to get into a good college, and that determines your value. None of that matters. They're trying to destroy your belief in yourself and detach you from yourself. But if we all just believed in ourselves a little bit more, and we all actually followed what our heart desired, we can all create an income, and we can all create a life for ourselves doing the things that we love. But we've been detached from that. So what got me into this business was, bringing it back to that, was one, an opportunity to be able to be myself and to be able to share my truths, to be able to be part of a business model that I could leverage that did not require me to be someone I was not, that wanted me to be myself more and more each day. In this business, you cannot be someone else and expect to create good income for yourself. Not with this business. If you try to be anybody but you, you ain't going nowhere in this business. And I didn't see that at first, but I see that now. But what drew me into this was the possibility to be able to work from anywhere, to be able to build a business in the pockets of my time, to be able to build a business where what I do today, I will continue to get paid on for the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 50 years, willable to my child, and to actually have a community of people who were awake to the matrix and knew it was bullshit. This is something that's interesting, right? How many jobs do you go to and you walk in there and everybody's sleeping and you're just like, am I the only person that's awake in life right now? You know, you walk into our business, we were doing EFT tapping today. We were visualizing, we were doing this exercise where when you have a negative thought, you snap the quickest way to break a habit is by pain. You're thinking something bad, you snap a rubber band on your wrist. These are things that I saw that drew me into this business, the possibility to become a better human. So when you ask this question, what really drew me in was my entire life, I knew I was meant for something more. And I was always just on that hunt for what was going to take me there. I knew I wanted to always live in my potential. And this business showed me an opportunity where I could do that in so many ways. And it showed me something where I could actually create the income as well, where I didn't have to be in a state of survival, which is something that we're actually going to be talking about in day 2. So if you ask me why I joined this business, I can give you 100 different reasons, but it's because I knew I wasn't satisfied with my life, with where it was. I knew I was tired of missing time with my daughter. I knew that I needed something different. And I knew that everything that up until this point life has showed me was not the path to freedom. There is no freedom in getting a job. There's no freedom in being part of a pyramid scheme, aka your 9 to 5. There's no freedom in being an entrepreneur and working for yourself either. Because guess what? If you stop working, guess what happens? Bye-bye, money. See you later. I got no money now. You don't have those things. So what drew me in was this different paradigm of doing business and seeing these people that literally were speaking on the same level of what I was thinking, of being awakened to the matrix, being awakened to the reality, being awakened to the potential that's inside of us, and knowing that I wanted to live that more. I wanted to be able to be in a business that actually allowed me to embody my soul, my spirit, and create a good life for myself and create income.
Yeah. So many gems that you just shared, Kat. And I really invite you, if you are listening in right now, to drop into, are you satisfied with your life as it currently is right now? And if you were to create your life by design, what would that truly look like? Rather than trying to fit into that box like Kat shared, that we all were trained. That is really close to my heart too, how I was one of those genius children who was damped down in the public school system. And it took me almost 50 years to decide to fully break out. Even though I spent my entire adult life as an entrepreneur, I was always trying to figure out how to fit in. And we really have something different here. And so I really invite you to drop into, what are you calling in? Because it really all is right there for you if you choose. So I really would love for you to share with our audience, Kat, what is it if they come in? Some of you watching might already be in this Amazing Life by Design Facebook group, and you listened to Brooke talk about the rubber band snapping, and you did that amazing tapping with us earlier. And if not, you can still catch up with the replay and then show up live to receive the transmission that Kat will be bringing through. So what might our friends expect, Kat, should they show up to your presentation that's coming up in almost little more than 12 hours, so soon?
Yeah, you probably tell me this. I'm so excited for this because, man, I am bringing. So yesterday, or this was yesterday for me because I'm in Bali, so it's morning time here. And I was like, this is good. This is all the little skill sets, because you have to open people's mind first to the possibility for them to create for themselves, because most people are so robotic and so like in their life. They're like, what do you mean? I have to go to work. I cannot say goodbye to my job. I need structure and stability, and I need my paycheck. And it's like, oh, you need your prison cell? Okay. Okay, wait. Wait 1 minute. So today was really great, or yesterday, whatever, depends on where you are in the world. Day one was really wonderful because it really helped people to just say, listen, there's different paradigms that exist out of there. But today I'm bringing the fire. Tomorrow, if you're in the US, and I'm a spicy one. I'm very much so. I'm a numbers person, you know. I was laughing because I was on the call with the other woman I'm presenting with today. And I was saying, you know, aligning with the millionaire version of herself. And I could see it in her face. She's like, oh, the highest version of yourself. I said, no. It's crazy to think that we are so afraid of income. We're so afraid to desire income. We're so afraid to want to be a person that is wealthy because of the stigma with it. We have literally damned society and money and all this other stuff. But the truth is, people say, oh, money is not the key to happiness. Money solves a lot of problems. Your kid's in the hospital, ain't nothing solving that but money to pay that bill. You know, if you think money doesn't solve anything, you haven't given enough away. Money gives you time, choice, and freedom. So today, you know, I'm really going to be dialing it back into, you know, opening this up with really inviting people to look at your life. Are you actually living as the millionaire or the highest version of yourself? Are you living in alignment with the person that you are actually trying to be? Because if you cannot see a different version of yourself, you cannot see a higher version of yourself, you do not have an idea of what your ideal life looks like. How are you going to create it? It's like, I want a new life. I want a different life. Well, what do you want it to look like? Because you got to start running in a direction. And if you have no direction what you want to run in, how are you going to create it? And the truth is that right now, the thing that people need to do, and I posted this the other day, is that you need to take responsibility for everything in your life. You are where you are, not because someone else did it to you, not because your childhood, not because your past, not because your parents, the way that it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. You have a choice every single day. You are where you are because the actions, choices, and decisions that led you there. What you're not changing, you're choosing. And if we want a different life, we have to say, yes, whatever has happened to me in my life has made me who I am. But every single day I wake up with a choice to create someone differently. So the thing that I'm really inviting people into on this day too is to really recognize, you know, where you are in life, how you got there, and where you want to go. And are you actually actively making the choices, the decisions, and the changes every single day to be that person that you want to be, to create that life you want to create? And if you are not, how can you become clearer and start to think differently? Start to look at life differently, because until you have that moment where you actually allow yourself to dream bigger than where you're at, you actually allow yourself to see yourself differently and not be afraid of it. How many people are afraid of, like, what if, you know, you know, we were talking about like 100K. Imagine if you had 100K in your bank account, people are like, oh my God, you get all weird about it, you know? But imagine like that feeling, that sense of relief, that sense of like, wow. And imagine if it was like, I created this and I can create this again. And the thought of actually being able to embody that energy of a person who can create for themselves and that be their normal. Like, so many people cannot attach themselves to that version of themselves. And because they can't attach themselves to that version of themselves, they can never create it. And again, to create this, people even think about money. It's like such as like, oh, money's so hard to create, but it's not true. It's like, literally, I'm going to be telling you guys the exact vehicle, the exact business model that is literally, we have tens of thousands of people in our business that are creating this for themselves. Most people just have never been sat in front of the right opportunity, and that's why they are where they are. And this is when it comes down to, you are where you are because the decisions, choices, and changes you're making. So we're presenting an opportunity where you have a choice to pivot. You have a choice to either go back to sleep to your business and think that you're going to work harder, and all of a sudden it's going to rain, the money gates are going to open from heaven and it's going to rain down on you, and you're not going to, you're going to make all this money. But the truth is, it's not going to happen. You are not going to create financial freedom for yourself in a 9-to-5. You're not going to create financial freedom for yourself as a self-employed entrepreneur, because even if you create the income for yourself, if you stop working, you have an emergency happen, the world shuts down, what happens to your income? It stops. So we're going to actually be showing people the business model that can work for you, whether or not you're working it, whether or not you're online all the time, that can be done from anywhere, that literally is going to pay you money that can actually create the life of freedom. Most people, they're barely getting by on creating, $2,000, $5,000 a month. I can create that in one sale in our business. Most people can't do that. I got 30 days to create one sale to make 5K. You're going to work every week for 40 hours, and you still can't create that, right? Because it's not the right business model. And it's not about like, oh, well, people also look at this stuff and say, well, if it was that easy, and it's like, well, that's the thing. I would never say it's easy. It's simple. The problem is that most people don't believe in themselves because they've been so systematically programmed that it's not possible. No, you can't build that. Everything like that is a scam. It's all bullshit. No, it's not. That's what the system wants you to think, because Rockefeller needs you to go work in his factory and keep their CEOs employed. BlackRock needs you in vans, and that's the thing that we really want people to shift. It's like, are we actually actively choosing to wake up every single day and be the person that we need to be and make choices in alignment with the person we need to be to actually create the life that we desire? Because to make these choices, to create a different life for yourself, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be uncomfortable, because you have to become someone you're not. You have to do things that you normally wouldn't do. But is it worth it? Yes. You can either work hard now or you can work hard forever. And personally, I got tired of missing the moments with my child. So on this day 2, what we're going to be unpacking is making the connection between the person that we need to be and how really helping people to say, listen, this comes back to your choices, decisions every single day you're making. How can you choose to look at things differently? How can you also to allow yourself to open yourself up to the possibilities to create differently? And then showing the exact vehicle, going through the details. We're not holding anything back. I'm very much so a straight shooter. Anyone that's been in my inbox knows I'm so direct. I'm so honest. I'm so transparent, and I'm so authentic. I will tell you how it is, because guess what? I don't care if I offend you. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if any of that, because I'm comfortable with myself, And I also know that I operate from the highest good. My heart is always in alignment because I operate from the highest good. I want to make the world a better place. I really do. I don't do what I do for the money. The money is just a byproduct. If you want to make a lot of money, you have to be able, if you want to make a lot of money in life, the goal is to solve a problem for people.
We might be having those internet glitches that we
This business
talked
solves
about.
Yeah. Kinked out for a second. Anyways, I
You're
get
back.
too amped up. Yeah, I get too amped up. It always does this to me. It says cat's getting amped up. Let's shut her down. Let's shut her down. Anyways, but we're going to be pulling everything back and just showing people the exact business model, what we choose to leverage, and why it's the best. Also, mother, I believe she's in her 50s. She's living between Costa Rica, and she's from the UK. So it's a very different dynamic energy that we have, because I'm very much so feisty. I'm like, I want the Lambo, I want the mansion. I'm very comfortable with that. That's me. That's what I choose. I had a really hard life. I grew up really rough as a foster kid. And I don't know why I can't have those things. The world is abundant. Why can't I have what I want? I deserve it. After all the shit the life put me through, I want my Lamborghini, okay? I just want to feel it. I like the way it sounds. I think it's sexy. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is that in order to create that, it doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to think that creating income for yourself or a life of freedom is something that's outside of yourself. It's very simple to create. You just literally have to have the right business model. And that's what we're introducing people into. It's got nothing to do with anything, the right business model, and then the belief in yourself that you are worthy of it and that it's possible for you. It's like giving someone who's sick medicine, but they don't believe it's going to cure them, so they stay sick. It's the same thing. We can give you the business model, but if you don't believe it's going to work for you, or you don't believe that you can create a better life for yourself, then you're not going to. So that's why we did mindset on day one. I'm going to bring it back again, like you are where you are because what you're choosing every single day. So you have an option to choose differently. And then we're going to show you literally the exact vehicle with all the details. This is a choice that you can make right now that can change everything for you. And it's up to you to do that. We bring a horse to water, you can't make it drink. And we're giving these people who are entrepreneurs a choice to step up and change their life. I'm not going to ever say, I'm not going to come chase you down and change your life. But if you want to change your life, I'm going to lock arms with you. We doing it together, There's 2 seats in a Lambo. You want to drive with me? No, I'm kidding.
I love that. And maybe you don't want a Lamborghini out there. Maybe there are things you want in your life. And this was a really big eye opener for me. You talk about becoming the $1 million version of yourself, and $1 million sounds like a lot. And I know myself, that feels like a lot to hold. But then I sat down, there's a really great exercise you can do if you want to know what your money goal is. Do this exercise that's called the aligned money goal. Write down all the things that make that life by design that you want to live, or even just your goals for this year. I know when I did this, I was like, okay, I had this $100,000 in 90 days money goal, and I did my aligned money goal, and I was like, oh, I'm going to need at least double that just to get started. And so $1 million is not it's not that much once you actually start thinking about what you want to do with your life. And you don't even have to want a luxury car or to travel the world. Maybe you just want a really solid, safe home for your family. Maybe you want some land that you can grow your organic vegetables on. Maybe you want to make sure that you can take care of your mother in her later years. I mean, there are just so many different reasons that we need a stable source of income. And I just love everything you shared, Kat. It all really hit home for me. So let us know what landed for you out there. And really, if you are not already in the Life by Design, drop Life by Design in the comments, and we'll make sure that we get you in that group in time for Kat's presentation, because she really will break down all those details for you, so you know exactly what we're doing here. And you'll know, I mean, myself, I knew as soon as I heard the details, oh yeah, that's it. Because all of those different pieces that we've brought in this conversation, they're all available in one place. And really so much more. This is a place where you can become the optimal version of yourself, not just as a business owner and an entrepreneur, but in your physical body, in your health and well-being. This is a place where you can give back in whatever way you're passionate to give back to the world and to your community, and a place where you can, like Kat said, lock arms with us and go together. As entrepreneurs, it can be such a lonely journey. So come on in, feel our community, learn what we're doing, learn what we're all about, do these fun exercises to shift your mindset and really step into that optimal version of yourself. Exactly. So,
I was going to say, when I started this business, I was not thinking about a Lamborghini at all. I was just thinking about being home with my daughter. I was not. To be honest, I didn't start this thinking about, I want to start this business, I want to buy a land. No, but when I saw what we were making, I was like, dude, why not? If I could drive any car, why not drive it? It's not that much. It's like $600K for the car I want. But at this time, when I first started, my only desire was just to have more space with my daughter. I was working 12 to 16-hour days. And I didn't start this thinking like, I want to make $1 million. I started this business thinking that I just want to be home with my daughter. I'm tired. I was borderline suicidal. I was a single mom. I had a nanny raising my daughter here with me in Bali, and she was fine, but I felt like I'm being a shitty mother because I'm never home with my daughter. I'm never seeing her. I'm trying to do everything I can to build a life for her. She doesn't have a father. Now she doesn't have a mother. And when I started this business, I literally started it because I just wanted more time. But as I got into this business, and then I realized the potential of this business, and I got around these people who have the things, who are making, 6, 7, 8 figures in this company, I was like, you know what? Why can I not have more for myself? Why can I not dream bigger? I'm not dreaming big enough for myself. With my ambitions, with my mindset, with my skill sets, with the person that I am, I can create this for myself, and I can use this business as the vehicle to do it. And it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be stressful. People think that, oh, if you want to create these big money goals, it's going to be this stressful event. No, it's not true. It gets to be fun. It gets to be simple. You can create a huge impact in the world and help people all over the world, and at the same time be rewarded. Like, money is just an energy. It's a frequency. And if you want a lot of it, you have to give a lot from your soul, from your spirit, from everything. And I'm thinking, I got the biggest heart in the world. There's no way I won't get this, but at the time, like I said, when I started this, I wasn't thinking about these things. But as I got into it and I saw, it was just like motivation. It was just like, okay, like I'm home with my daughter full time. Well, what's next? I want to travel all over the world. Okay, well, what's next? And that's the thing that we get to unpack, is that we get to become a different version. We get to get these different dreams. We get to realize that all these things we saw in the movies, all these different lifetimes that we're like, oh, I wish I could live like that. It's possible for us. It's all possible for us. There's nothing out there that's happening with anybody else's life that you cannot create for yourself as well. Literally nothing. Nothing. There's nobody's life that you cannot have. The only thing that separates your life and their life is the choices, changes, and decisions you're making every single day. And of course, having the money to do it, which is why we're introducing this business model, But outside of that, it's like, it's really up to each individual to be willing to become the person they need to be to create the life that they desire. The business part is easy. Making money is easy. There's a million and one different ways to make money. Of course, ours is the best. That's why I'm here. But it's really the belief in yourself. If you do not believe that you can do it, you do not believe that there's a life outside of a 9-to-5, or there's a life outside of owning a business for yourself and working yourself to the bone, then of course, anything outside of that is not going to seem like a real reality to you. But if you can open your mind to understand that, like, gosh, how are these other people living all these beautiful lives? It's because they were willing to get uncomfortable, go outside the norm, stop listening to the people who don't have the life they desire. Oh, are you sure you want to do that? What if you fail? Okay, shut up. You're not the person that's on my team, that's for sure. You're not the one backing me. And actually get around people that have the life that you want to create and listen to what they have to say. You got to tune out. If someone does not have the life you want to live, they're stuck in their 9-to-5. They're stuck hating their life. They're miserable. They're unhappy. They're unsatisfied. They're struggling with their health, all that other stuff. Do you really want to take advice from one of those people? Or do you want to come take advice from people who are lit up, living their best life, determined, have big goals, have big dreams, have big ambitions, and are willing to do what it takes to create it? I'm with the person who's motivated, who says there's nothing stopping me but me. And that's what we're, a community of people. We're a community of people that understand that we're the problem if there's a problem, and that we have a choice to change our mindset, to make better decisions, and to make the changes we need to create the life that we desire. So people that want radical responsibility and are willing to do what it takes and make those shifts inside themselves, then this is for you. This is why you need to come and do this, because you're the only person that will stop you from living your dream life. That's it. There's nothing stopping you. You are never short of opportunities in your life. You're only short of the ability to change yourself within yourself, to be able to receive and to take action on those opportunities. There's opportunities around you 24/7, but you have to open your mind to it. You have to be willing to be open and willing to do the change in the inner work. Yeah.
Yeah. And not all opportunities are created equal. So
No.
come check this out, because really, in all of my years of being an entrepreneur and all of the different businesses that I have done myself, this one really allows me to, like Kat said, fully be me. I'm doing what I'm most passionate about. I'm prioritizing time with my family and time for my passion projects. And that is actually what builds my success in my business, because how we do one thing is how we do everything. And so if you're not giving yourself permission to do that passion project on your heart, then you may not be fully making your business work either. And I know we're running to the end of our time here together. So, is there one thing you'd like to leave our audience with today, Kat?
I think I shared so many golden nuggets. Just get into the launch. Come see it. It's It's yesterday or today, depending where you are in the U.S. was day one. Day two is coming up in the next. It's going to be in about 13 hours from whatever time zone you're at from watching this. And I really suggest to get into this because you don't know what you don't know, and nothing changes if nothing changes. It's a free event. You can come in and check it out. At the very least, you get a mindset shift. At the very most, you walk out with $1 million business model that you can leverage if you choose to. Maybe creating $1 million isn't for you. Maybe just creating 100K is for you. We're literally going to show you how you can create 100K in under 20 sales. So it's like, listen, like we are showing you everything. So for people that just want change, it's like, this is your opportunity to come in and check this out. And I really suggest for people to do it. You know, this is the same thing that I went to 2 years ago that opened my world, opened my life. People have been my friends for a long time, have seen a huge change inside of me and who I've become. And I think ultimately, like the most important thing is to become the highest, most aligned version of ourselves. And you get that with this business. You don't get that. You can work listen, my partner, he's been in the same job for 25 years. And I said, who are you today compared to when you started? He's like, pretty much the same person. I said, yes, exactly. I've been in my company for 2 years and I'm a $1 billion version of myself today versus who I was. And if we are souls in having a human experience, what is the most important thing? Our soul's evolution. So it's like the only person you're stopping in your life is your soul from evolving and actually living out its potential. Less than 5% of people are actually tapped into their potential. This is a business model that can get you tapped into your potential. So please not please, actually, I'm not going to beg you if you don't have to. This is up to you. If you want change, this is your opportunity. And I invite everybody who's watching this to reach out to us, DM us, just say launch or freedom or whatever. Just send a DM and say, yo, I want access. And come watch this and come get caught up on day one and come watch me on day two. Because I'm a spicy one. I like to bring the spice. I'm the habanero pepper for sure.
Yeah, I love habaneros. So thank you for bringing that in. So yeah, come get the spice. So excited for this presentation, Kat. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And thank you to everyone out there for tuning in. And I look forward to seeing you inside the Life by Design Facebook group, where you'll get to catch all of that spicy goodness from Kat and all of that sweet mindset work from those other ladies, and really feel what is available here for you. So looking forward to that. Until we meet again, have a most amazing rest of your day, night, morning, whatever it is for you.
I got 2 more interviews after this, so you will see me pop back on my page in about 2 minutes.
Awesome.